Good evening, Scorpio. This read is for you. We have quite a bit of planets coming into Scorpio this week. It's kind of Scorpio season. We've got the sun going into Scorpio in obviously your first house. We have a new moon coming into Scorpio next week, a Scorpio new moon on the 27th and 28th. Plus we have Venus going into Scorpio next week, transiting to Scorpio. Let me just have a quick look and see what Venus. Venus is going into Scorpio. Alrighty, let's take a nice look. Scorpio is the energy of transformation, of digging down and purging deep fears that are dropping our frequency, causing blockages in our lives. So Scorpio season is great for purging and releasing things. So I also want to mention that I try to make my reads pertain to whatever planets you have in Scorpio, wherever Scorpio lords your chart, whatever house it covers, your sun, your moon, but mostly your ascendant. All right. We are at October 18th today. If you would like a personal private read, you can email me. My email is below. You can also ask about workshops if you'd like to attend one. I do them in the Los Angeles area. And also I do tarot card parties, tarot read parties. So if you're interested in any of that, please email me at my email address below. All right, Scorpio, let's have a look and see what is going on for you this month. I call in the highest guides and angels to be with us in this read so that I may be given clarity of the message to pass on to Scorpio that will help guide them to their highest best destiny, highest best version of themselves in love and life. Thank you, Spirit, for being here with us. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Swords, Emperor, Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands, we got the Hierophant, the Star card, the Page of Swords, the Ace of Cups, Ten of Swords. We do have that bottom of the deck is Nine of Swords. Let's have a look here. Okay, now let's have a quick look at you guys, Scorpio. Well, Scorpio are the sign that has probably the most strongest knowledge of heart and intuition, and they're very emotionally guided. They listen. Scorpio's connected to its emotions, knows the truth, feels the truth. It's a very intuitive sign. So I'm landing right here for Scorpio, right in the heart section, a very strong card, a major arcana signifying commitment. So there's something in the knowledge of a heart. There is knowledge of something, of a feeling or a truth that they are willing now to step up and commit to or take further, or realizing that something, a feeling they have in their heart for somebody is something that is going to, is a solid committed situation. Okay, so we start out with the Emperor, which means that I would say that Scorpio is in a position where they're feeling very dominated by the situation, that something is in their heart, they're very dominated by experience that's going on in their heart. It's taking over their mind. They're realizing they need to cooperate in a certain situation. This is a divine partnership read, so if you are on the path to twin flames or divine union, or this sort of turning into I'm not going to say it's a total love read. I'm going to say it's a read about taking a brand new love forward that's going to change or sort of shift the life of the Scorpio because of a love situation that is committed. It's stuck in their heart. It's clear. They're making a decision about this. They want to leave a complicated past behind. They do have hope. This is a very positive thing. I think the Scorpio, I think that Pluto square on the full moon we just had in Aries, which was hitting Scorpio in their, where did that, I think 6th house, or Scorpio would have been the 6th house. So I think for Scorpio, there's some a deep awareness about a living situation, knowing about an ultimate living situation that they want to go towards and commit to, because they realize there is love involved, and so they want to cooperate and go towards and go forward. The feelings are true, so Scorpio is aware of the fact that they have true feelings in a situation that they have that may not have been cooperative to bring forward to a home committed living situation. Now, if it's a work situation, it could be a contract work that they're committing to a job. They're feeling very hopeful about it, which will bring them a certain amount of harmony in home. But here we also have communication of true feelings, love. So this is very much like a work-love read, in the sense that the Scorpio are taking a step forward, committing to a love which is going to change their living situation. It's going to possibly involve commission, or possibly committing to another work situation because of this taking a love forward to a committed level, making a decision. It involves making a decision. Now, I'm going to say this was a love relationship that the Scorpio have possibly turned away from before, or somebody had turned away from the Scorpio before, but they realizing there's a decision being made, not that happened out of a place of negative thinking, where there was not a cooperative state of mind in this situation, and that was based in negative thoughts, based in fear around love and true love, deep love. So it's possible not trusting, because the Scorpio has a tendency to have a hard time trusting that a love situation is going to be loyal and permanent. But it feels like Scorpio are shifting to a place of trusting the way something feels, and realizing that it's like the Scorpio have a higher knowing that when it feels this deep, that it's real and it's committing. And maybe a lot of other people are confused about that, but the Scorpio right now in this read are not confused. What they are clear on, though, is that they turned away from this situation, from fears and negative thinking. The divine wants the Scorpio to know that their thinking, their perceptions or ideas about love and about this relationship was the issue. And what it is that the Scorpio has a hard time allowing love to come deep, because Scorpios feel so deeply in love. They have such a deep experience, emotional experience with love, that it does not. Hang on a minute, it started driving me crazy, that hair. It goes deep for Scorpio, so they're reluctant. They have a reluctance to allow it to happen until they're safe, until they feel that the situation is real, and that the other person sees it the same way that they do. And Divine wants you to know that this is something to go for. Allow this to happen. You're right, what you feel. There's just some, like we said, purging going on, fears being released around this commitment, but an understanding that the thinking was negative, or that the thinking caused, or the negative thinking around relationships, that is sort of, I want to say, habit of thinking, or a tendency to see things this way, or I want to say programming, ego programming, externalized, being very externalized about your relationships, was the approach. So in other words, the situation for Scorpio, in this situation, the Scorpio are realizing that they have a tendency to see things negatively in a situation they don't trust. So they go to a negative perception of it. But a lot of times it's just your own inner wounding, your own inner fears that's causing you to have these negative perceptions, as a sort of preemptive, protective, scorpionic way of handling, right? And a lot of that energy is based in, now we have the Devil card representing addiction, representing fears, representing ego, attachment to the external. We have the chains here holding the two lovers together. So this would have been Scorpio are breaking free from the thoughts that cause them to be so afraid to allow a deep love in. And the paranoia that hits Scorpio when something feels really deep. And this is a deep love that they do want to commit to. And it feels as though the Scorpio are not willing to totally trust it quite yet. But again, we've got two cards representing a decision. So the Scorpio are sort of warming up into understanding that they can get past this negative possible processing and ego protective way of staying outside of a relationship in protection of ego mostly, because or deep wounding that could cause triggering, causing because Scorpio is a water sign, so causing Scorpio to turn away from this relationship out of a fear of being hurt, and sort of processing a deep love by turning away from it in order for it to show proof that it's something worthy of committing to. And so Scorpio are working through some, again, here we get the Nine of Swords, ending a perception, processing love from a fear perception. They're working through this, and it's leading them to a place of choice, and understanding that this relationship leaves a past of turmoil and emotional lack of fulfillment, but if you don't go for a relationship that has depth to it, it's not going to be fulfilling. Scorpio want emotionally fulfilling relationships. They want deep connections. It's just they've got to ride over the fears of negativity that come through as sort of paranoia that could be triggers that are very based on ego, protective choices that turn Scorpio away. So, Scorpio, this is an interesting read. I think it is safe for you to love, is what I think this read is saying. It is safe for you to commit to this despite your fears around allowing something to be committed that is that deep, to trust it. You can trust this, Scorpio. So great, nice read, a lot of love, brand new start in love. This is going to accelerate something for you in the love department, making you have a new living, beautiful living situation in a co-living, beautiful, happy, in alignment, divine will type of a relationship. And, just dealing right now with negative release of sort of ego-based fears that aren't perhaps really real, that has you turn away from a situation that's real. There is a fulfilling new future here. Choices are being made. So wonderful. I hope this works. I hope this helps you, Scorpio. Okay, namaste.